What's going on today, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I know that I am, because we're making some more progress on these bad boys. So, real quick, what I kept from the original STI headlight is this outer bezel that has the turn signal pocket. It comes down around here and has a little flange at the bottom. So what I kept from that was basically from here, comes up and around, and then it broke on me right here at this really thin part. So happy accident, but it needed to go. So right there's a cut, and then right here I had to trim a lot to get that first lens as tucked into this corner as I could. So with that, here we'll do the same light. Here is the same piece that would go in here. Now you can kind of see where the cut would be on this corner. It's really thin. It's really thin right there. And then I had to shave this side off a pretty good amount to get the light to cover as much as I could. The other thing I kept from this piece was the bottom here. So underneath this, which I probably don't really need, but I kind of need, I need to block every bit of light that's going behind the lenses that wants to come out. So this one already fit the bottom of the housing. Might as well keep them there to block as much light as we can. Now I'll go ahead, this is just cut, but I'll go ahead and glue this up on the bottom of this housing. So this will stay with this housing. And then this will go on with the lens, because this one will actually bolts in and then has some tabs that hold it kind of into the clear lens part of it. So there's what I've kept from the original Subaru one, is these two pieces. They went kind of like that. So this one I just cut along the bottom of this ridge right here. If you take yours apart, you'll be able to tell. But there's a little bit of a ridge right here. I just followed the bottom of it. That way I can use this piece, which is perfectly contoured to the bottom of the housing, to block as much light as I could. Doesn't make for the best top straight cut, but we can finesse some gap filling in that. I just needed the bottom because it was already the perfect shape. Now, the Acura. So I've gone ahead and let's see if this will pop out or not. There we go. It's the Acura. This is the original lens, but it has a little adapter piece on it. Now, use what you have. I don't know if I'm absolutely in love with it, but if you noticed, it did hide this upper part up in here. It kind of filled in what was hanging out, versus on this side where it doesn't have it yet. I haven't made it, but there's gaps and you can see the screw versus not seeing the screw. I had to make a little hole to actually get the plate mounted. But that being said, I'm thinking I might do this. I'm going to paint everything once it gets in here, so what looks like crap is fine for the minute. I still have some adjusting to do, and I have to figure out how to fill this pocket in. I've gone ahead and made a couple little template pieces. So I think this one's for this side, and it just kind of tucks in back behind there and sits kind of like that. So now I've got something blocking, and this will be painted too. We got something blocking the light on the corner and filling in that gap. So way cooler than seeing all the stuff in the back when I want everything kind of be black. So this is the bottom. This is made from the bottom of this, which I broke one of them, so I could only use one. But the other side, I've gone ahead and used part of the Acura to cut out. And it's in all of these pieces right here. There's the back housing. You don't need that. So right here is where I cut this piece from to make that after doing a template. And then we'll take this one. So the lip, let's see, where did I grab that lip from? Well, would you look at that? I caught myself making a very crucial mistake when I cut this piece out of the Acura one. So what I had already figured out with this lip on this one was right where I cut that piece out of. So if we go ahead and put this on the other one to kind of use it as a template to match, what I have cut now is that giant hole right there. And this, I was going to use this little bump right here as a marker. Well, it's this little bump on the lens here for the turn signal. So if I match those two up, I've got a pretty good amount that I've cut off already. So with that, adapt and overcome, that piece is coming off. It was a good first trial, I guess. And now we got to come up with a new thing. That's alright though, because I needed the fat piece. I needed this more than I needed the lip. This one is going to block the whole corner, which is a bigger piece, and I don't have many pieces to choose from when I'm using the big piece. I've still got multiple lips that I can choose from here. I can do, I mean, there's 2 lips on this side, there's this one, the whole side. I've still got plenty of options, so not ideal, but it is what it is. Come up with a new plan. Well, I can't believe that I actually just did that. Not ideal, but I guess it's a happy accident because I went ahead and when I was making this piece, I was trying to figure out how to cut this end, and it was bugging me that that's kind of hanging out, but that would have been a pretty easy fix, some super glue, some filler or something. We could have sorted that out pretty easy, but now I got to take it off, and I think I'm going to use the bottom of the Acura headlight to kind of cover this system up. So we'll go ahead, work on removing this thing real quick. Went to start the car, car's completely dead, the battery's tapped, so apparently today is not my day. We're doing a lot of learning, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna work on this, get this popped off, and then wait for this car to charge so we can start figuring out this wiring system and go from there. So let's go ahead, see if we can break this thing off now that it's glued on. Ooh, that actually didn't go too bad. Don't need that one anymore. Okay, now I've got a little work. We're gonna take care of this glue and start making some new pieces.